Do it with intensity or not at all.
Welcome to the Intensity Podcast. I'm your host, Hans the Hammer Hartleben. Glad to be with you guys. Now, I produced a couple, in all transparency, a couple of these podcasts, a couple episodes. And I thought it was important to go back and circle back on a little foundational elements. Who I am and why I am the way I am. It might help give context to the rest of the season. So I'm going to dive into that right now. All right. And get you up to speed on Hans the Hammer Hartleben. Who I am, well, I'm a small town kid from central Wisconsin. Played 3 sports, all 4 years of high school. Went to college, and I'm going to fly through this. Okay. This is a timeline here. So put on your seatbelt. We're going to go quick. Like I said, I just want to give you some context, see if it makes sense. I think there's a value to it and more of a chance of enjoying as the seasons go on. Love sports. Went to college at 18 for criminal justice. Got an A my first semester. Can you believe that? An actual A. Absolutely loved it. What I didn't love was feeling already, even at that age, a little claustrophobic on the income potential. These set salaries and hourly. It really was concerning. Now, I came from nothing. Working class, to say the least. Humble beginnings. Bought my own car from my dad at 16 for a couple $100. 1984 Plymouth Horizon. Bet you people, only a handful of you guys know what that is. So anyways, but after one semester I left in hopes to transfer to a different school. And long story short, I never went back. I quit. I don't have some heroic story with that. Okay, I'm going to shoot you straight here on the Intensity Podcast. And I'm going to shoot you real. I quit is what I did. And that's where the road split for me in a big way. I had to make a decision, okay? And I would say for certain this was one of my first big mistakes. What I did was I asked myself the question of what can I go do to make money? It seems like an honest question. Wholehearted question. Instead of what do I love to do? There's a big difference there, okay? So that's where I veered off immediately. 19 years old, I moved out of the house. Never came back, really. To visit here and there. I was on my own at 19, literally had $11 in my pocket. Began selling cars. Now, remember, no money. So I didn't have dress clothes. A kid from Iola, Scandinavia. There's a population of 1,000 people. I had snakeskin boots my uncle bought me. So those are like fancy, I guess, right? I don't know. It was better than tennis shoes. They wouldn't let me wear tennis shoes. I borrowed some dress pants that were too short. So those looked, absolutely hideous with snakeskin cowboy boots, as you can imagine. And I had 3 ties for my grandpa and a shirt. And I rotated those. I took home the leftover donuts. The manager would buy donuts every morning. And at the end of the day, I asked to take those home so I could eat. Didn't know how to sell cars, and I was hoping nobody would buy a car for me right away because I didn't know what I was doing, and I was scared. You're talking big numbers and negotiations, and again, I'm just a kid that's played some sports. Made it happen, though. Started getting into it. Started seeing value in communication, sharp communication, and problem solving. And I got the hang of it. And I really liked it, and I started succeeding. By the age of 21, I bought my first house. Didn't waste any time. At 22, I had my daughter, Savannah. So I'm rocking. But I really saw value in sales. I really saw the neat thing was the ability to write your own paychecks. Really. Okay, you got 25% commission. The owner keeps 75. You actually get them paid and then they give you a little bit back. But anyways, it can be a great career. I enjoyed it very much. I made myself up to assistant manager at that young age, sales manager of a couple new franchises, and I even opened my own car dealership, used car dealership, that I had about 4 years. And I did pretty well. Pretty well. Now at an age about 30, I wanted to broaden my horizons, and I was offered a lease of a new bar, okay? New white box, could make it whatever I wanted. Neat opportunity, really, really neat opportunity. And I had a good concept in mind. I had an authentic Irish bar in mind. And, just picture the Irish music, Irish whiskey, Irish beer, the whole 9 yards. Small pub, little higher prices, but nice, okay? Picture that. That's what I had envisioned. So I was really excited about that. And I didn't know anything about a bar. Everybody else did, apparently, except for me. I just had the vision. So the problem is I started listening to everybody else right out of the gate. Like I said, I just wanted Irish beer, a little higher price point, niche there, right? Riches are in the niches. And the beer distributors are like laughing at me. No, kid, you need Milwaukee's Best on tap for $1. Okay, this is a college town. They're not going to pay $8 for a beer. Telling me this, telling me that. I'm like, oh wow, that's interesting. Oh, okay, they're not going to do that. That's not going to work. All right, so now get the Busch Light, the Beast Light on tap. For $1, I don't know. Then you're getting that clientele. You're getting that clientele, which I didn't want. Your prices and atmosphere can dictate your clientele real easy, and now I'm already veering off right away. They had the pro bartenders. They're always the career bartenders know everything, and they didn't want to wear the dress code. They didn't want to wear the pub shirts. Got talked into having a jukebox. I like Motley Crue as much as anybody else. Don't get me wrong. Maybe more. But I didn't want it in my bar, my Irish bar. Okay? I wanted Irish music. Are you following all this? Is not rocket science, is it? But they talk you into that. Wow, that's extra revenue. And it's like nothing. It's pennies for what you're giving up. You start pinching pennies and getting away from your vision in life, you're doomed, okay? You probably know where this is going. But so I had cheap beer, Motley Crue, and ripped up jeans. And I had a bar like everybody else did then on the square in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. I'll fast forward. 1 year later, I sold the bar. I fell way behind on all my business and my personal debts. I tried catching up as well as I could, but I was still way underwater. And my credit was dropping. I'm trying to stay afloat. I'm late. And I remember at one time my credit score was like a 485. And then I filed for bankruptcy, which is the worst thing you could possibly do. If you're going to file. Don't let your personal credit, there was a lot of pride involved. And my head was spinning. So I remember sitting in bankruptcy court and thinking, how the hell did I get here? I had a great vision. I had the ideas. I know they would have worked, and they didn't. And where was everyone else that told me what to do? Nobody was there but me. Talk about feeling alone, okay? So I picked my daughter up from school that same day. As we came home, this is no bullshit, I was welcomed home to a foreclosure letter on my door. That's the real one. That's the big one. That's indicating that your house is going to be sold through sheriff's sale, auction. Couldn't pay for it. The bank was working with me as well as they could. I mean, they got to know when to cut the cord too. We proceeded into the house and realized that the basement was completely full of sewer water. My sewer had backed up. I guess a big tree root grew through one of the pipes that was taking the sewer out towards the street, and it blocked the pipe. And that was that. So we're bailing the basement out. It's freezing cold. Well, it's always cold here. But you want to talk about rock bottom. Now, here's the bottom line to this whole thing. How did I get here? I listened to everybody else but myself. I didn't trust my own instinct. When I'm putting my life in my own hands, I'm the one taking the risk. I have the vision. Why would I listen to everybody else? They were gone. They weren't around. So from that moment forward, you're either on my bus or you get run over with my bus. Because in business, you got to do it that way. Some ideas are good, some fail, but at least if you fail with your own ideas, not somebody else's. And if they're yours, you're obviously more passionate about them. So that's when I made up my mind to succeed. Failure drives me. It's not success. Everybody's motivated differently. Failure is my biggest driver. Important to know. I would consider myself successful at this point. On my way up, I've helped a lot of people, and that's the big one. I've helped a lot of people succeed through fitness, and I'll get into that, and mindset, that I want to share it. I want to share what has worked for me and others in the past. But back on the timeline here, so I'm out of the bar, and a big thank you to my previous manager in the car business who gave me a chance to grind again. He knew I needed to get back on my feet and make some money. But I was behind a big chunk there that I wouldn't be able to make up just selling a few cars. So I applied for game shows on my spare time, my downtime, which I could have been prospecting and trying to sell cars, but side note. In 2006, I walked into Universal Studios to be a contestant on NBC's Deal or No Deal. It took a lot to get there, trust me. Lots of videos, lots of conversations. They had to interview about everybody in your life. Make sure they're getting a good one, you know. Still one of the most popular reruns on Game Show Network. So you can go see that on HansHartleben.com, YouTube. Just look up the pony episode. I won enough money to keep my house. Talk about the American dream. I got on a game show. I saved my house. From there, I pursued more entertainment opportunities. I was featured on Dr. Phil with a friend. I was featured extra on CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. And how do you know anyone was on CSI? Well, don't worry, they'll tell you. I'm telling you. I was on CSI. The movie What Happens in Vegas, shot that for a day, about 12 or 13 hours. Reality show, Fox reality show. I was a semifinalist. Many, many commercials. Something really cool I did was I got cast as the bodyguard for the real Henry Hill. Now, Henry Hill was one of the most famous mafiosos in the United States, out in the East Coast, Philadelphia. And Henry Hill was portrayed, his real life was portrayed on Goodfellas. You've heard of Goodfellas. You've watched it. Ray Liotta was the actor who portrayed the real Henry Hill. So I spent a whole night with him. That was an interesting night. Very cool opportunity, and it just happened. So I was still trying to break out of the car business, doing these acting things and production stuff was really cool. But I decided nothing would really stick for me unless I made the leap and took the risk. The ultimate risk was walking off the car dealership, walking off the lot with no game plan. I cleared my head and I said, what do I love to do? Now, remember, at 19, I said, what can I go do to make money? Now I'm saying, at whatever age I am, older than 30, 35, what do I love to do? So I'm in that car business about 15 years. What do I love to do? I love fitness. I found out I'm a really fucking good personal trainer. I would consider myself one of the best in the country. 4,000 active clients with Fire Fitness Camp. So got involved with a franchise gym. So I got to back up. Franchise gym, saw the incredible client transformations. The training aspect is just unbelievable. And founded Fire Fitness Camp in 2014. Backing up just a tad, something cool also is I videotaped the Guinness Book of World Record abdominal plank hold at the time. 70-year-old woman did it. At that time, it was 36 minutes. So I videotaped that, sent it in on the behalf of the franchise. Really a neat opportunity, though. Really cool. I was knee-deep in fitness, in the training. Founded in 2014, Fire Fitness Camp. So that's been 11 years and have not looked back since. We actually franchised our business 5 years ago. We have over 20 franchisees, 4,000 active clients, group personal training. Love it. Where we are today is we've actually launched our own supplement company, Rehab Supplements Lab. So this health and fitness is going to be a big part of this, of the segments, okay? Because I believe in it wholeheartedly. The power of exercise is just unfathomable. And a lot of people are missing it. So many people are missing the power of exercise. So here we are together on the Intensity Podcast, and I am happy to be with you guys. And I'm just so looking forward to this journey we're going to embark on this mission. Takes intensity, though. First couple episodes are going to be really rocky. I'm back and forth. I'm all over the place. Can't speak for shit. Lots of thoughts. Nothing really focused and isolated. So look for in like episode 3 and on to be more focused and regiment, okay? I'm doing this podcast, like I said, because I love to see other people succeed, their success. I'll share my story, share my experiences, and I don't mind the entertainment part either. Okay. I got a new soundboard here, playing with that. So kind of stuck with me on that. One warning, full transparency. Once in a while, I'm going to give my own opinions on things. My own opinion. Now, here's the catch. I expect I'm able to do that in life. And I will have to throw this in there. I have never said shit to anyone on social media about their opinions. And I see and I hear, I've been gathering people's opinions for 49 years, and I've never said a word to you about your opinion. So I just preface with that, okay? So just understand that's where we're at right now. So if you hear me give an opinion, because I'm a human being too, and I do have the right to my own opinion. It has nothing to do with you. It's not a personal attack on you. It's me getting things out as a human being, just like you do. And we could talk about it. And I'm just looking forward to this opportunity. So, quick one today, introduction, start here type of podcast. If you love it so far, please like it and share it. Share it to other people so we can build this intensity nation. With that said, do it with intensity or don't do it at all.